Hi guys, and today in the stealth series we're going to talk about quick hides, hasty hides. Now these are places that we sort of earmark. We mark on our map in our mind of the terrain that we're at for various reasons. One, they're a natural blind that I can quickly get into without making a lot of fuss for nature observation, let's say, for nature photography, whatever. Or if something is following me and I wish to step to the side and let it go by and not be obvious, that is also a use for this. But we've already discussed in tiny detail about building such a place. In the last episode I showed you how to make that cord, which someone in the comments called jungle knots, so we will use that name. And what it was a length of cord that was tied in a series of knots. We're going to generate one of those on camera next time in Bankline, and then we're going to show its operation. But for right now, I want to show you how to locate natural hides. Okay. One, natural means that literally. It should be something that occurs naturally in nature. It should occur in such a way that doesn't attract a lot of attention. So, first we're going to look at this. Okay, I want you to look at these woods back here behind me. You see anything interesting? Not really, do you? Just pine straw covering everything. A few piles of brush and stuff back in there. That's right. There's nothing there, is there? And yet, there's a path in here on the right where I can walk down and go into that thick clump right down there, and the hill rolls away. And when it does, all I gotta do is go around there and just lay down flat behind that big pine tree. And I can shift this way when you're coming, and then shift that way as you're going, quietly and silently on that pine straw. And when you look down there, there's nothing there. I can see through that. That's a natural thing that occurs. Let me show you another one. Okay. Here we are on this hill. See this pine piled up right here? And notice that nice wide open area right there. Now watch how easy it is to go through there. Nice, wide open, quiet and quick. I was able to J-hook up on top of that hill. Now look, that's too open, isn't it? But if I went another 5 yards and got behind one of them trees on the ground, I'd be gone. Look over here to the right. Do you see it? There's a brush pile right over about 25 yards out. Do you see the brush pile? Kind of hard to see. Let me zoom that in a little bit for you. That brush pile right there, where something got cut down years ago and all the limbs are laying? All I gotta do is go up this hill and J-hook back behind there and go down behind that naturally occurring brush pile. I can see out of it, it's open, but it breaks up my shape and design, my silhouette. And if I'm wearing my camouflage neck and I'm wearing my proper stuff, and I go down flat on the ground, take a little pine straw and flip up on top of me right quick, I just disappear. And so that's a natural hide right there that I can easily just hook up into. You never want to go in a straight line to it. That might leave a trail. I hooked around, you know. My ancestors taught me a lot of this stuff because they were trying to feed the family. And they weren't doing it to be, you know, mean or evil people. It's because times were tough and everybody was trying to find where the food was. And if you were getting lucky and getting a lot of rabbits or getting a lot of deer or getting a lot of whatever, everybody wanted to know where you were getting them. They'd follow you, trying to find it. And so my granddaddy talked about one particular weekday, he had to shake off 4 different tails of people trying to follow him, trying to figure out where he was going to get turkeys at. And he said, I ended up having to pull off and pull the car up under a bridge on a little bit of creek and walk 5 miles up that creek to where I actually was going hunting to keep people from finding the super secret hidey hole he was going to. So I was taught these type of tips and tricks of how to disappear. Don't walk in a straight line to your hide. I want to use that natural brush pile. I'm going to get you over in a second and look at more closely at that brush pile. You make the hook up and back down. I want to go in that wide open area and then hook down in there and just go flat back there behind it. And I can still see anything on the road right here or the road I'm on going this way. So anything passing by, vehicles, people, whatever, will walk 40 yards from me out in plain wide open, and I can see them through that brush, but they can't see me. Because when you look over, what do you see? There's nothing there. Right. There's nothing there. And that's how you blend in and you hide. See? Same thing for the deer. The deer know that's there. It's been there for years. They know where it's at. And so the deer walking along this edge, they see it every day. So they don't think much of it. So they'll walk right out in front of you. People today want to use shooting houses and stuff like that. That's lazy. When I was younger, we took a great deal of pride in our ability to stalk hunt, move silently, and to do stuff like that, to come in and just blend into a place and be sitting there. Yes, they started forcing, that's why they started forcing us to wear camouflage. Bright orange. Because we were that good at hiding. And you'd think that you're the only one out here, and you go to shoot that deer and 3 of the guys would stand up within 100 yards of you going, dang it, you got it. You know, never knew they were there. So they started making us wear bright orange for hunting, which in the state of Alabama, you have to wear bright orange. As long as you're less than, I think it's 13 or 15 feet off the ground. If you're 13 or 15 feet up in a stand, you don't have to wear orange. But if I'm wearing orange, but there's so much stuff around me you can't see it, I'm still legal hunting, ain't I? When I stand up, if I'm wearing orange, you can see it, right? But when I'm sitting behind a thick brush pile and got all kinds of other stuff, leaves and stuff, can you see that orange? Not real well. So, in conclusion, let's go take a look at that brush pile a little closer. Okay. Here's the brush pile, mostly vines, pine straw, but see how it's holding everything up. These wild grapevines and stuff. And my hook would bring me around right here on the back side of this elevated pile. There's a place right back there. Watch. Right in here, where I could go down and be up under this like that. And as you saw getting in there, sometimes you got to take really big steps. Step up and over the stuff. Don't kick it or move it out of the way. Straddle over it and step. Straddle over it and step. And get in there. Now all I got to do is like 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, coming from this way. That way I would come up, and right about 5 feet out there, I'd go down and just low crawl in right behind this pile. Line my legs downhill a little bit, and the light and everything hitting this stuff would be light right here in your face, reflecting. You wouldn't see me behind it, especially in camouflage. I would just blend in. So, you'd mentally mark this. Maybe make a few little improvements. Clear about that big of areas to step in. Pre-set up quiet steps. 1, 2, 3, big Billy big steps. Go down on your knee right here. Go down on all 4. Stretch out right here. Poof, you're gone. Now, if I want to make an improvement, more of a true hunting blind, right? Look down here just past this. You see these trees right here? These trees right here. I run that thing of jungle knots right through here. And then I grab a couple of bush tops. Something like this. And bring in here and put in like this. With that cord going across right here to hold it up. I put it back there in the back. That ain't working, but now I've got something I can add more to and have a place I can sit up back there and look out. Since it's already adjoining to this already occurring natural brush pile, you won't notice it. I'll just pick up a few sticks and add one or two or three. Every time I come in, I'll add a couple here or there. And it'll build up over time, and I'll clear it out a little behind it a little bit more, and bit by bit it'll become a nice cleaned out hide that I could then, remember that ground caching? Off to the side over here I could put something in the ground. I could cache food, water, supplies, whatever I needed. It's an observation place. I could come in and sit and watch for hunting, watch for whatever I'm doing out here. Quick and easy, and there isn't a lot of it. It isn't glamorous, it isn't fancy. You don't need state-of-the-art equipment. All you need to do is have a clear eye to look at your surroundings and spot the natural things. Especially like that first place I pointed out down there. There ain't nothing in there. It's just pine straw hanging on trees. So you won't know a little extra pine straw, would you? So if I got down there between two trees, say about 36 inches off the ground, and ran one of them jungle knots, and then just leaned through those jungle knots, a couple of poles, and piled pine straw up on it, it'd look like part of the landscape, wouldn't it? You wouldn't even pay it any attention. Especially if I made that top edge rough and jagged, so it wasn't a nice smooth edge, but all kinds of jagged stick-ups, you'd never even notice. I could have a place where I could curl up and go to sleep for a while, and you'd never notice me, because it looks like everything around it. That's the secret. Natural hides should be natural, and you make a little improvement. So to recap, look for places in your chosen area where you can retreat to for whatever reason, either for observation, just a place to rest, or a place to shake something off your tail right quick, J-hook into it. Never go in a straight line to it. Make sure it's something that you can get into quietly and get out of quietly, okay? And that you can be comfortable in. Don't get in something that's got to be, because you may be stuck there for a while, for whatever reason. I want to be able to lay there and be comfortable, okay? And make those improvements. That's a natural quick hide. And that's how you do it and get away with it. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button before you go. And until next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.